Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping.
Husband demands divorce in letter. His wife's smart reply makes him regret it. They say that love knows no bounds. But if that's the case, then why do so many people who say the solemn vows, "till death do us part," end up divorced? Whether it's because one of them cheated or money became a problem, some marriages can't seem to stand the trials and tribulations of life. Usually, most people who separate prefer to keep their affairs private, but for those few who are so offended by the separation, they act in such irrational ways that they eventually end up giving us comedic gold. In fact, here is a hilarious letter that a husband wrote to his wife before their inevitable divorce. He thought he was being clever, but her response was so brutal that their story went viral. Here's what his letter had to say. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you will get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works. Dear wife, I'm writing you this letter to tell you that I'm leaving you forever. I've been a good man to you for 7 years and I have nothing to show for it. These last 2 weeks have been hell. Your boss called to tell me that you quit your job today, and that was the last straw. Last week, you came home and didn't even notice I had a new haircut, had cooked your favorite meal, and even wore a brand new pair of silk boxers. You ate in 2 minutes and went straight to sleep after watching all of your soaps. You don't tell me you love me anymore. You don't want to get intimate or do anything that connects us as husband and wife. Either you're cheating on me or you don't love me anymore. Whatever the case, I'm gone. Your ex-husband. P.S. Don't try to find me. Your sister and I are moving away to West Virginia together. Have a great life. Okay, so judging from this letter, you can tell that the husband is clearly butthurt. He feels as if he's being neglected by his wife. He also feels as if his wife is paying more attention to herself than to his needs in the relationship. All she does is focus on herself and what she is doing. According to the husband, he's been doing everything to get her attention, but to no avail. For example, he tries to show his romantic side, but his wife seems disinterested in the physical aspect of their relationship. I mean, what is a man to do? I do believe that some of his arguments are valid, especially about how he's feeling neglected in the relationship. But this is where I think he crosses the line. Instead of talking to her about how he feels, he decides to release his pent-up intimate attractions to his wife's sister? Now that's truly messed up. In fact, he even has the balls to tell her how he is moving with his sister to start a new life in West Virginia. This means that the two have been cheating behind the wife's back for quite a while now. As for the sister, how cheap can she be? She might have a difficult time finding a man, but that doesn't mean she had to have her eyes all over her sister's husband. I bet the wife sobbed uncontrollably the first time she read this letter. Interestingly, she kept the letter and decided to write a reply, to which she posted on the internet. Here's her reply, and if it doesn't shock you, then I don't know what else will. Dear ex-husband, nothing has made my day more than receiving your letter. It's true, you and I have been married for 7 years, although a good man is a far cry from what you've been. I watch my soap so much because they drown out your constant whining and griping. Too bad that doesn't work. I did notice when you got a haircut last week, but the first thing that came to mind was, you look just like a girl. Since my mother raised me not to say anything if you can't say something nice, I didn't comment. And when you cooked my favorite meal, you must have gotten me confused with my sister because I stopped eating pork 7 years ago. About those new silk boxers, I turned away from you because the $49.99 price tag was still on them. And I prayed it was a coincidence that my sister had just borrowed $50 from me that morning. After all of this, I still loved you and felt we could work it out. So when I hit the lotto for $10 million, I quit my job and bought us 2 tickets to Jamaica. But when I got home, you were gone. Everything happens for a reason, I guess. I hope you have the fulfilling life you always wanted. My lawyer said that the letter you wrote ensures you won't get a dime from me. So take care. Signed, your ex-wife, rich as hell and free. But before we analyze the wife's response, we've now come to the best pick of the day.
I want a divorce.
Wait, what?
As you can see, here's the letter that started it all. And judging from its contents, as well as the handwriting, the husband isn't the sharpest tool in the shed. I mean, how did she even survive with this guy for 7 years? If you ask me, she just might have dodged the biggest bullet of her life. Because let's face it, no one wants to end up with a simp. Indeed, turns out that this guy had really shot himself in the foot. And as you can clearly see, the wife had tolerated his constant whining and moaning for so long that she had become impervious to his demands. What's even more shocking is that she had been tolerating the cheating that was going on between her husband and her sister, enduring the pain and making sure that it doesn't affect her life and her relationship with her husband. Interestingly, the universe was preparing good fortunes for her. It turns out that she had struck gold by winning $10 million at the lottery. This meant that she had the freedom to do whatever she wants, and had even planned to forgive her husband and still involve them in their plans to tour the world with their newfound fortune. Unfortunately, her husband had made the massive mistake of rendezvousing with her sister, not knowing that her wife had quit her job because she had gotten a windfall of money. You can imagine how bad the two felt when they got the response from the wife that she had won $10 million. And what's worse, the husband is by no means entitled to even a single penny of the wife's winnings, because the letter he wrote proves that he was promiscuous in the relationship and cheated on her. To add insult to injury, the wife had even booked 2 plane tickets to Jamaica, believing that she could still salvage the relationship and have a new start with her husband. He must have felt like such a dummy. Because, let's face it, even the entire internet was laughing at his poor judgment. I, personally, would never step foot out in public again. This story is just too darn embarrassing. Heck, imagine what his boys had to say about this. I'm pretty sure one of them suddenly declared his undying love to the wife just to get a taste of that $1 million lifestyle. Now they're enjoying each other's company while eating the finest caviar, wining and dining in one of Jamaica's most exotic beaches, and obviously talking trash about her former husband. Boy, did this guy mess up. And with that being said, we've come to the end of this video. What would you do if you were in the husband's shoes? Would you leave the sister and go back to your wife to beg her to take you back? Or would you wear a brave face, accept that you'll never enjoy those millions and start a new family with the sister? Let us know in the comment section down below. Want more videos that will surely exist until the very end of time? Click on any of the amazing videos that you see on the screen. As always, thanks for watching.